Hello and welcome to the video number 3 of the Darklang overview by Reify Academy. And my name is Maxim and I'm going to show you how to use this editor that Darklang has. So let's get started. So we're going to create a new handler here. If you haven't seen the previous videos, please go there and have a look at them. So we're just going to create a new handler. And when you start typing in Dark editor, it kind of looks like a normal text editor, but not really. So for example, if I type let here, I can either press space or I can press enter, and then it gives us this gray things. This is the placeholders. So I can give it a name. This is a variable. Let is essentially the same as var or const in any other language. And if I press enter here, nothing actually happens. If I press space, nothing happens either. So to move between the placeholders, you just use tab. So as soon as I tab, see this gray boxes. Now I can give it a value. So let's say we just give it number 1, and now we have our 1 variable, which doesn't really do anything much. If I press tab again, we go to that next placeholder, and as you can see, it's also incomplete. So we actually, if we go to try to call this, it actually gives us an error that your code is incomplete. And in Dark, every single expression you have needs to return something. So you need to return from, even if we return null, in this case we can just return 1, and now we have 1 here. So you cannot have just a statement like this which doesn't have anything. There is no void in this language. If you're creating things like objects, this gets a bit more complicated. So if we create an object, this is just a plain object. Here you need to either press space, you need to press enter, because space doesn't work here for some reason. So as soon as you press enter here, you see the placeholders now, and we can just fill the placeholder. So this is the name of the company that I have, and this is our website if you want to check us out. Now, to actually be able to put this object in a variable, you can't just type here. See, I'm trying to type let and it doesn't let me. There is a special shortcut which is Alt-X on both Mac and Windows, I believe, and it brings a special command panel, as they call it. And in this command panel we have various commands which is going to use wrap and let, which allows us to wrap that expression that our cursor is in into let. And we can call it data here, and again we have incomplete code until we decide what to return. So now we have all this. You see there was no compilation step, there is no pushing somewhere, it's all instantly. As soon as you press enter and the code is there, it's all running. So if you're using it in production, if you have something incomplete, for example like this, you will actually notice that it still works, but this is not the latest version that you see. So it keeps the latest successful version which was compiled and uses that one to serve to the user, so you don't have a production outage. The next thing is an array. So we can actually insert a line here if we just press enter. It allows us to insert a new line. So with arrays it's a bit different. If we put the array, we can't really just start, so we can type a space and then give us a placeholder, but what we could have done actually is to just start typing. So let's say we want an array of numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just an array of numbers, and when you're using arrays, keep in mind that in Dark it's not a language where you can, so let's say we want to get the first number, so there's not a language where you call like array dot. You actually do all the methods are on a type. So for example, we want to get the first element, this is the list head, and then we give it an array itself, and then that gives us number 1. To delete a line, let's say we don't want this first number, it might be looks a bit strange because we need to remove everything. So we need to remove the placeholder, then I'm just keep pressing delete here, or backspace I think if you're on Windows. And then when I have the slide with nothing else but just placeholders, I can put a cursor here and press delete again, and then it removes it. You cannot do this with this one because this is required to return something. That's why it's not letting us delete it. So the old version of editor had a way to select things. This one doesn't. It might be added. It might not be added in the version that you're gonna have. The selection is useful sometimes when you have a very long expressions. So for example, if we look at this, hello world ++ name, right? So if we go and let's try to extract this. So we want to extract this variable, let's say. As you can see, it extracts only hello world. So for you to extract ++ is impossible without being able to select it. In old version, we were able to select it. In the new version, we can't yet. If you cannot select it, just keep it in mind if you're writing a very long expression, put the things in variables beforehand because it's kind of hard to extract after that. And final thing, but the thing that I do a lot when I type here is, and you notice me using it a couple of times I think already, if I type something that I don't want, so let's say I put a let here and I'm like, first one, maybe I don't want this, then instead of deleting the whole thing, sometimes I have quite a long expression, maybe I did some kind of mistake, I can just press Command Z, and it is character by character sometimes, but that's kind of fine. And so let's say I type this one, again I can just press Command Z to undo, and the same way is Command Shift Z, and if you're on Windows you're just pressing Ctrl Z and Ctrl Shift Z I believe to undo and redo. It's the same way as in Word editor you do this. Yep. So this is a brief overview of how to use this editor. It will get you started with the basics, and in the next one we'll look at the first unique feature of Dark, which is how to handle errors. They handle in a very particular way in Dark, and we're going to look at that in the next video. Thank you for watching.